Guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a bangle nail. I already have my set done, but I'm going to show you how I do the bangle nails using 40 gel, builder gel, like that tacky thick one. And of course I use my favorite color, 879 Sunset Suede. This one's really good for like your natural girlies. And then you could use it for like French or just even a base color. I am in the salon right now, so you'll hear a lot of background noise. Try to just avoid it out. Don't pay attention to what's going on in the background. So I'm doing a second coat of the nude. For the girls that like it a little bit less see-through, you'll do 3 to 4 coats. The gel is very thin, so you won't have a problem with that. I'm gonna add some resin. We're going in with the little round beads. I'm all out of the flat backs of the gold beads, so I'm gonna do these little beads. It's really hard because they're like, anytime you push them somewhere, they kind of go everywhere. But I made it work. It honestly wasn't as hard as I thought it would be to place them. I just had to separate them a little bit. I think they had gotten stuck from like previous glue that fell maybe. But we got them together. And I'm going to just do one whole straight line. I'm going to try to keep that straight as I can. And I'm using my wax pen to pick them up. Even though glue gets on it, it doesn't really matter. It's like it doesn't stick like that. And so when I apply the resin, I do add more than normal because I wanted to make like a puddle. That way the little bead has somewhere to sit. If I put a thin layer of resin, it's not gonna grab. It'll be like a little, like it just sinks into there, and then it's gonna hug the bead, so that way it doesn't fall off as easy as it would. So make sure you do that to avoid any of your beads falling. It's a little easier with the flat backs because they have more, they have like that flat back, so it could actually be flat onto the surface and stick better. These are round beads, so they are holding on by a thread. And so add a little bit more glue to add the rest of our beads. Once we have a perfect straight line, that's as perfect as I could get it, honestly, I'm gonna start with the beads. These pearl beads are flat backs, and I decided to kind of go with like a medium small size. And then we're also gonna do a straight line right under that. I usually like doing that one gold, one pearl, one gold, one pearl. I think that little pattern is cute. But because I don't have any of my gold flat backs, I just decided to do a full line of pearls. It still comes out really cute. And so either way, even though these are flat backs, you still want to put a good amount of glue. Always have your glue activator, the spray. That way your glue just dries up a little faster and it doesn't get onto your top coat brush when you go ahead and top coat your set. So we're putting on the last pearl. Looks really cute. And now we're gonna be using our 40 gel. This is like that super thick one. This one's, it just says non-stick hand, aqua gel. So this one I got from a lady that sells nail supplies. I don't know why it says it like that. I know the name is kind of weird, but this is how it looks. Honestly, it's lasted me a good amount. As a nail tech in a nail salon, I would say get a bigger pot like this. If you're like a private tech, a smaller pot will last you a lot longer. It's just here at the nail salon we do 10, 11 clients a day each, and so we are much busier. We're using a lot more product. So big products like this last us longer. They go a longer way. And so we're just gonna get a good amount. We could get like 3-4 bangles out of this little bead right here, just depending on how thin or thick you make them. I'm gonna start with the thicker bangle. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to do the whole thing thick or thin, like as long as you have a little piece that's long enough to cover the nail. You're gonna use just that side, so you don't really have to focus on the whole glue, like the gel. You don't really have to focus on getting it all the same length, as long as you have a solid piece for that nail. So I'm gonna use both hands, one holding it down where we start, and then the other bringing it all the way over to the nail. As soon as we have it where we want it, we're gonna clip that end. And then the excess we're gonna save, because we are gonna use that for the rest of the bangles. Make sure to get off the excess ends. That way when you cure it, you don't have like little pokies. You can always go in and file, but you want to keep it where it looks like a bangle. So it's gonna stick out just a bit. You just don't want it to be too pokey. And then you can use your this little tool. I forget what it's called. It's like a silicone tool thing. You can use that, just kind of move it around. I thinned it out more at the end. It was a little bit too wide for me. And then once I have it to how I want it, I pop it in light for 60 minutes. No, not 60 minutes, for 60 seconds. And then I'm gonna start with the next one. So this one's gonna be a thinner one than the one I just did. So see how it's thinner there, and then the end's more thicker. It's only because we're gonna use the thinner side, obviously. So I'm gonna just grab that, pick it up. I use both of my hands to hold it down and make this little design. So now we're gonna roll up our next bangle. This one's gonna be really thin as well. I'm gonna add it over the gold pearls because I want to do them quite different. So wanted to separate them as well, not put them all together. So putting this back on top. Now that I have done the bangles a few times, I have noticed that it is much better to do the bangles first and then add like pearls and stuff like that, because when you go in to paint it with black and you like get out of the lines or like get onto the nail, you want to wipe it off with alcohol or acetone, it does take off the paint from the pearl and the gold. So keep that in mind. Always do the gold ones, the bangles first. If you're gonna put chrome on, do those first. Paint them black, put chrome, and then put your pearls and your gold pearls after. It just makes much more sense. I've done that mistake a few times where I do the pearls first and then the gold pearls, and then I do the bangles. And so obviously I did it this way as well, but if I messed up or anything or got black on any of the pearls and had to wipe it off, they're gonna take off. It's gonna take off the paint from the pearls because they are painted. They're not really that color, so just a little tip to make it easier and like more perfect. I just make sure I get black everywhere on the little sides and edges because it will show. So I'm going to use the gold chrome. It is easier when you first do the bangles and put chrome, you can use your finger. But now that I have all the charms and the pearls and all that, I'm going to use a sponge tool. That way I could get into the sides of the bangles with the chrome. The bottom is still sticky, so you want to make sure you just kind of dab the chrome on the black areas, making sure it doesn't get anywhere else on the nails. So it's a little bit of chrome on your brush or sponge, that way it doesn't fall into the nail and makes a big mess. You're gonna wipe off the rest with the clean side of the sponge, and once that's done, you're gonna put gloss top coat, and then you have your bangle nails. So once I'm done with this, I'm gonna put it on my nails. I'm just gonna use some glue just so you guys can see it. It comes out really cute, and it is a really nice add-on for any nail set. Thank you guys for watching.